Yo guys, what's going on? It's Aces here today with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my metabolism guide for patch 12.12. How did I get metabolism to elite so quickly? I got elite metabolism probably about 2.5 weeks into patch 12.12, and I'm going to give you my personal guide on how to get it elite the fastest and most efficient way. Now, I have made a guide like this in the past. However, mine was kind of a cheese way to do it. If you want to see that, if I can find it, I'll put it up in the top right corner. But basically, all that method was bring a jar of mayo into raid, bring a water bottle into raid, and then use them at the beginning of the raid, and you're good to go for the entire raid. There's actually a lot more to it than that. And I can honestly say that this wipe, I got it elite a couple days faster than I did last wipe. I think last wipe, it took me about 3 weeks. So, the elite skill, basically, you won't die if you have 0 hydration or 0 energy. You will still lose stamina, so it's still very important to keep hydrated and to keep your energy up in raid, but you won't die from it. So if you do end up in a situation where you have 0 and 0, you will not actually die. You will not take damage. Your stamina will be affected, though. But I'm going to give you guys a couple tips, tricks, stuff like that, on how to actually go ahead and get this elite very fast. So the number one tip is to make sure you guys are focused on the percentage gain and the percentage loss in raid. So I'm going to head in raid just to show you guys exactly what I mean. Alright guys, so we are in raid right now, and I'm going to have to show it to you with a different skill, I think, because I do have elite. Yeah, so I can't show you it with metabolism. Of course, it's raining when I'm trying recording. That is Ace's EFT standard. But we're going to use endurance, for example, or can I use strength? We're going to have to use strength, for example, actually. My god, that is fucking loud thunder, Nikita. Alright, strength. You can see our leveling speed increases by 129%. After we start to level up that skill, you're going to have to wait 5 minutes for that to go back to 100% or 129%, or it will keep degrading over time. So let me show you what it looks like when that degrades. So all you have to do is run around with my overweight backpack, and I'll start to increase my level, but the progression of that gets slower and slower as you do that. The same applies to metabolism. So let me show you the level decreased. Alright, so as you guys can see in our strength tab, our leveling speed is decreased by 7%. That's because we've been leveling up strength. An even better example is the health skill. Leveling speed decreased by 36%, so that means we were leveling this skill up. The only way for this to go back up in percentage to leveling speed increased by 100% or 129% or whatever the hell it is, yeah, 129, we would have to not level that specific skill for 5 whole minutes. And the best way to do this is obviously just checking your raid timer, keeping up to date with those times. What I personally do is I like to wait 6 minutes just so I know everything has registered the full way. But in our example here, we're going to be talking about for metabolism. So let's say that we are, a lot lower hydration. All right, so we're at 76 hydration. This is a great time to pop a juice. So we're going to hit our apple juice. We're going to go ahead and raise that hydration to max. So right now, we just leveled up that metabolism skill. Probably like 8 to 10 points, something like that. It's going to be a significant amount when you have that many skill points being added on or that many hydration points or energy points. So, with that being said, now we have to wait 5 minutes from now. So, right when it would hit, I would probably wait until it's around 23 minutes or something like that, just so everything's good to go. But you can wait right till 24 and change if you wanted. But I would probably wait till 23 personally, and then I would use my next food item if I have one on me. And that leads into my next point. We're on customs right now. You have to know your food spawn for every single map. And that's okay if you don't. I have another solution for that later in the video. But right now we're on customs. We have to think to ourselves, where are the main food spawns on the map? There are miscellaneous food spawns, such as random vehicles on the map, and such as in Big Red in the back, right by the little duffel bag, there's a food spawn, and in Spawn Anything room, there's one food spawn on the floor in that building, so there's a couple miscellaneous food spawns, but right now we're in Stronghold. We are in the building with the best chance for food spawns in the entire map. The second one is going to be Car Repair, also known as Streamer. And then the third one is probably going to be on the main bridge. And the fourth one is going to be the dorm. So once you guys know all of those food spawns, we're going to throw a map on screen now and put a bunch of arrows and shit. So you guys know the best food spawns and maybe even put a number depending on how good I'm feeling. 1 to 4, your best food spawns. As you can see, we're going to go into the room that has a shit ton of food spawns. There's also like food spawns on this table. Like, look at this. Emergency water ration and a can of meat. So right here, I mean, you would max out both energy and hydration just off this table. But this room in here has a shit ton of food spawns right there. I mean, 2 hot rods right there. Sometimes, I mean, that's the one we already looked at. There's a sugar right there. Out here, you can find drinks and shit on these. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can find them on these barrels. So there's food spawns all in this building. This is that central hub. So if you guys don't have food on you and you are trying to level your metabolism skill and you don't want to do it out of raid, make an effort to come to a food spawn, such as here, car repair, bridge, or at, you know, one of those miscellaneous spots. Dorms is a little shaky sometimes on the food side of things, but it is probably the 4th best spot to visit. But like I said, the miscellaneous spawns on some of the other locations that are guaranteed food spawns, those are ones you want to hit as well. Knowing your food spawns is actually half the battle. If you don't, like I said, that's okay. We're going to talk about some other maps. So if you guys need food, don't buy it. There's no reason to buy crackers and water from therapists. There's just no reason to, because at any moment you could head on Interchange or you could head on Woods. Woods is absolutely loaded in some of the new areas and even in the main logging area in the 3 wood cabins. There's some good food spawns in there. But the North Village is an absolutely phenomenal place to grab some food spawns on Woods. And Interchange, I actually have a video on how to make a shit ton of money within 10 minutes on Interchange. I'm going to link it up in the top right corner. If you guys don't know your food spawns, I highly suggest going to Woods or Interchange, learning those food spawns on those maps instead, because you can fill up an entire backpack on Woods or Interchange. When you do it on those maps, not only can you bring those out of raid and then sell them on the flea market, and if you don't have the flea market yet, you can sell some of them on quick sell for really good money to therapists. Not only are you getting money for them, but all the food items you would like to keep to either bring into raids or hold on to, you can do that as well. So it is worth noting that you can gain metabolism skill points in your stash, but I've noticed this wipe that skills in the stash are a little bugged. For example, right now, weapon maintenance has been bugged for weeks. I can't level it up at all unless it's been fixed within the last 2 days, which I'm about to test live. Hopefully, I'm not getting exposed right here. 50, yeah, still bugged, thank God. So you can see that this didn't go up at all. Metabolism was kind of the same way. It actually does go up, but as soon as you exit your stash, the skill goes back down. It actually degrades. So if you were 1 skill point off, you use that and you know you level up your metabolism. A couple seconds later, it would level back down and you'd still be 1 skill point off. So I wouldn't recommend doing anything with eating or drinking in stash. If you have low energy, low hydration, bring that drink into raid. And if you guys want another small little tip, you can do a max energy. If you guys bring max energy drinks into raid with you, you can actually gain a little bit of your immunity skill with those. Let me find one here so you guys know what I'm talking about. The max energy right here, you actually having decreased stress resistance. I believe after this expires, after the stress resistance, it levels up your immunity one, I think, or it's either immunity or it's like intellect. It's one of these skill. I think it's immunity though, and that actually helps you out with painkillers. So I'm not 100% sure which skill it does level up in the end, but max energies are great to pop at the beginning of raids, just for that extra little skill that you do get at the end. Maybe it even levels up stress resistance since it's decreased. I can't remember which skill it is, unfortunately. I do apologize for not knowing all the information, but guys, that is literally my metabolism guide. Step 1, eating and drinking. Step 2, every 5 minutes, make sure you guys are using some sort of food item to get the maximum potential out of your skill point gain. Do not use it back to back. There's no point. You will not get the skill points. Number 3, know your food spawns. Number 4, go to Woods and Interchange for food and shit. Number 5, don't fucking eat and drink in the stash. All right, you good to go? I'm good to go. I'll see you guys in the fucking next one.